So we are really grateful to Sriman, our Shiksha Guru, Srila Prabhuji. You know, after a lot of request and after 1 year of struggle here without Muni Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaishnavas Maharaj, finally Prabhuji agreed to take this mutt under their सेवा. तो परम पूज्य प्रेमानंद प्रभु जी को जो लोग जानते हैं वो हमारे गुरु जी के परम प्रिय है. हमारे गुरु जी ने जाने के बाद जितने भी गुरुभाई विशेषकर फॉरेन डिवोटीज, इंडियन डिवोटीज प्रभु जी के अनुगत्य में रह रहे थे. और जब ये मठ बना, when preaching started in 2004 in Bangalore by His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Vaishnavas Maharaj, that time Gurudev sent him here, and after Gurudev left this world, before leaving, he placed our Srila Bhaktivedanta Vidyadhara Muni Maharaj under the guidance of the Premanand Prabhuji. And even Vaishnavas Maharaj was also accepted. Now also he is accepting Guruji as the Shiksha Guru. Even Guruji is much junior in age or in other experiences. But always when whatever Radha Kunj follows, we follow in this mutt. So from not now, from the time this mutt started in 2004, Bhaktivedanta Giridhari Maharaj, who was here initially with the preaching mission, and after that, many other sannyasis helped. They came, they helped in preaching. Param Bhaktivedanta Sridhar Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Van Maharaj, Param Bhaktivedanta Janardhan Maharaj, they kept coming. But our sole source of everything was Param Pujya Srila Premanand Prabhu ji. उन्होंने उस समय भी जब ये जमीन देना था, जितना धन की जरूरत थी, whatever money was required, Prabhu ji without asking he gave the money. When we had purchased land in Mysore, Prabhu ji whatever he has, he helped us. So not only morally, not only financially, in every aspect when we need devotees, he will send devotees from there. So हम प्रभु जी के परम ऋणी रहेंगे, always indebted to Prabhu ji for our whole lifetime. Now, by the mercy, by his mercy, he has sent 2 great sannyasis here, and also some brahmacharis, and few more brahmacharis are also coming. So हम बहुत आभारी हैं उनके, और आभारी हैं महाराज जी के. ये लोग वृंदावन धाम के आराम और बढ़िया प्रसाद, बढ़िया वृंदावन धाम, हमेशा फीस्ट चलता है, हमेशा कीर्तन, हमेशा वृंदावन धाम का अलग ही अनुभव है. विशेषकर राधे कुंज में रहेंगे तो फिर उसका अनुभव बहुत ही डिफरेंट रहता है. तो वो सब छोड़ करके टीचिंग मिशन के लिए ये लोग यहाँ पर आए. हम इनके बहुत आभारी हैं, और विशेष रूप से हम प्रभु जी के बहुत आभारी हैं. आज गुरुदेव का तिथि है, इसलिए गुरुदेव का सब लोग कुछ 5 मिनट 10 मिनट जिसका गुरु जी के बारे में कुछ गुणगान करना चाहते हैं. Anyone who want to glorify Srila Gurudev on his disappearance day, we will do today. Those who will not get time, they can do tomorrow also, by the time more devotees may come. So who all want to speak, please let us know. Accordingly we will bang the gong. तो महाराज जी और कोई बोलेंगे? Did you want to speak?
Yes.
Anyone else want to speak? Any Prabhuji? जो भी बोलना चाहेंगे, because accordingly we will allocate the time. We have time till 2:30 max. तो max बोल रहा हूँ मैं, because we have to do Guru Puja also by 2:15 around, and then we have to do Aarti and then Mahaprasadam for everyone. So whoever is interested to speak, please let us know in advance so that we will give appropriate time accordingly. So first of all, again, I am grateful to Prabhuji once again for so much of trouble taking for us, sending his devotees, sending his blessings and everything here. And those who know Prabhuji, again I would like to say he is not a common man like us. प्रभु जी कोई साधारण पुरुष नहीं है। ऐसा मैं नहीं कहता, ऐसा हमारे परम पूज्य वैष्णव महाराज जी भी, परम पूज्य मुनि महाराज जी भी कहते थे। और हमने भी पिछले गुरु जी के जाने के बाद 2010 से लेकर के 2025 15 साल से उनके साथ रह करके अनुभव किया। प्रभु जी ने जो जो बातें आज से 5 साल 10 साल पहले बताई थी, वो आज हम सत्य देखता हुए देख रहे हैं। प्रभु जी ने जो भविष्यवाणियां या जो इंस्ट्रक्शन दिए थे, वो सब हम आज देख रहे हैं किस प्रकार से प्रभु जी का जो गाइडेंस था, जो उनका विजन था, वो हमारे बुद्धि से परे था। जस्ट वन एग्जांपल आई वुड हैव गिवन अवे, बट जब ये मठ परम पूज्य भक्तिवेदांत मुनि महाराज के पर्सनल नाम पे था, बिकॉज वो खेती करते हैं, तो ये लैंड रिंग बेल्ट है, तो किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति के नाम पे लेना पड़ता है जो खेती वाला हो। तो आज से 3 साल पहले 2 साल पहले महाराज प्रभु जी बोले आप इसको ट्रस्ट के नाम करो। उन्होंने बोला महाराज तो अपनी है, क्या फर्क पड़ता महाराज के नाम पे और ट्रस्ट के नाम पे। मुझे नहीं लगता टाइम आ गया है इसको ट्रस्ट के नाम पे। अब हमने सोचा कि आप ठीक है, प्रभु जी बोले ट्रस्ट के नाम पे तो ट्रस्ट के नाम कर देंगे। परंतु इसको मालूम था कि फ्यूचर साल भर में ही महाराज जी बीमार पड़ेंगे और 6 महीने में वो चले जाएंगे। तो अगर वो नहीं हुआ होता तो आज शायद ये मठ भी प्रॉपर इलीगल तरीके से हम लोग यहाँ पे रह रहे हैं। और उसी प्रकार से कई चीजें उन गुरु जी के समय भी, अगर गुरु जी का आपने देखा होगा, गुरु जी एक जगह बोलते हैं, कोई लोग उनको बोल रहे थे प्रभु जी के बारे में, प्रभु जी मानते नहीं, कोई बात समझते नहीं किसी चीज को। संन्यास नहीं लिया, हम प्रभु जी बोलते हैं, पर संन्यास भी उनके सामने आकर प्रणाम करते हैं, संन्यास के भी सन्यासी है, और संन्यास भी हम अंदर से नहीं, हम लोग इंटरनली जानते हैं। पर प्रभु जी का तो नहीं किसी डॉक्टर का क्यों हो सकते हैं वो, इसलिए मैं फिर गुरु जी मुझे आके बोले, अरे ये देखो मुझे क्यों दे रहा है, किसी को भी दे दो, सब तो मठ की सेवा में ही लगा, किसी को भी दे दो, मैं कभी नहीं देता। तो प्रभु जी का कभी भी किसी न तो धन के साथ, न तो संपत्ति के साथ, न तो किसी और विषय के साथ कभी संपर्क रहा। तो परसों मेरा यहाँ से बेंगलोर से गुरु भाई गया था, गुरु भाई की एक फ्रेंड गया था, बोले थे 7 people took संन्यास। प्रभु जी ने बोला प्रभु जी सिद्ध पुरुष, प्रभु जी सिद्ध पुरुष है, बोले हाँ, लाइक रामकृष्ण परमहंस। मैं कहा यस, मोर देन रामकृष्ण परमहंस। नो रामकृष्ण परमहंस मेड विवेकानंद, ही मेड 1 सन्यासी, तो प्रभु जी में 24 सन्यासी। रामकृष्ण में only 1 सन्यासी, रामकृष्ण परमहंस सन्यास may be a different level, but today Prabhu ji has more than 20 sannyasis with him, and they are all preaching all over the world, and they are preaching the शुद्ध भक्ति, जो सबसे उत्तम भक्ति है। बाकी संस्थाओं में क्या प्रीचिंग हो रहा है, संसार भी भक्ति भी सब चलाओ, और तो प्रभु जी के साथ आज इतने सारे भक्त जुड़े हुए हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि निष्काम भाव से आज भी राधे कुंड में रोज 1000 से अधिक भक्त प्रसाद पाते हैं, वो भी फ्री। हम 2 भक्तों को घर में खाने के लिए हमको इतनी मेहनत करनी पड़ती, जॉब करो, ओवर टाइम करो, फिर मेहनत करो, फिर ये करो, फिर टेंशन लो, ताकि क्यों शाम को 2 वक्त की रोटी चाहिए, तो क्या करेंगे, 2 टाइम 3 टाइम रोटी चाहिए, दाल चावल चाहिए। प्रभु जी के यहाँ रोज 500 से 1000 भक्त प्रसाद पाते हैं, परमानेंटली 100 से अधिक लोग रहते थे, और कभी किसी चीज कमी नहीं हुई। क्यों? जो कोरोना इतना खतरनाक है, यहाँ पर कोई कुछ नहीं मिल रहा था, कहां से प्रभु जी के लिए ट्रक भर करके सामान आता था। सामान बोलता कौन सा है, बोला आप उतारो, सामान अनलोड करो, सब देखेंगे हम किसने भेजा है, नाम बता देंगे, कोई तो सेठ का नाम बता देंगे, कौन सेठ कहां से किसी को बताएंगे। ट्रक भर कर सामान आ गया, कभी भी वहां पर कोरोना में भी प्रसाद वितरण बंद नहीं हुआ। जब गवर्नमेंट ने बैन कर दिया, पैक करके ठेले पे रख करके बेचते थे। तो मैं इसलिए बता रहा हूँ कि बड़ी करुणा करके ऐसे वैष्णवों का हमको सानिध्य प्राप्त है, ऐसे वैष्णवों का हम पर कृपा है, और ये गुरु जी के मनोविष्ट को स्थापित कर रहे हैं, ऐसा मेरा खुद का अनुभव है। सबका भी टाइटल भक्त बांधव, कई लोग पूछते भक्ति वेदांत क्यों नहीं, हमको लगता है भक्ति वेदांत तो सबने परम गुरुदेव ने भक्ति वेदांत टाइटल दिया, तो भक्त बांधव टाइटल नहीं, प्रभु जी को पूछा नहीं। और गुरुदेव का हमेशा मनोविष्ट रहा प्रभु जी का कि जो गुरुदेव का नाम है उसका मनोविष्ट, उसका विस्तार। गुरुदेव का एक भक्त बांधव, हमारे गुरुदेव भक्ति में नारायण महाराज भक्त बांधव टाइटल से बोलते थे, भक्त बांधव। भक्तों के प्रिय, तो उन्होंने सबको अपने गुरुदेव का नाम से टाइटल देना प्रारंभ किया। कोई बोल रहा है तो नया टाइटल है, नया सिस्टम है, ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि जो गुरुदेव का मनोविष्ट था, जब प्रभु जी, जब ठाकुर जी यहाँ पे आने वाले थे, इससे पहले ठाकुर जी आए, राधा कृष्ण और महाप्रभु, राधा कृष्ण महाप्रभु आए और रास्ते में ही वो टूट गए। उनका किसी का हाथ, किसी का टांग क्रैक हो गया। Then I was there वृंदावन, यहाँ से वृंदावन गया। महाराज और वैष्णव महाराज से प्लीज रिक्वेस्ट प्रभु जी टू डू समथिंग, हमारा इनॉग्रेशन का टाइम आ गया। प्रभु जी को बोला, प्रभु जी हमारा विग्रह आया वो टूट गया, टूटा हुआ, क्या करेंगे? प्रभु जी एक शब्द बोले कि विग्रह कोई पत्थर है, तुम ऑर्डर करके पैसा दे करके बुलाओ, विग्रह को प्रार्थना करके आह्वान करके बुलाना पड़ता है, तब जाकर के वो आते हैं। मैंने बोला हमने तो अपने हिसाब से प्रार्थना किया था। फिर बोले मालिक को बोलो आने के लिए। मालिक मतलब वैष्णव महाराज थे यहाँ पर, उनको बोला आने के लिए। महाराज बोले मैं तो अभी फाइनल इसमें इनॉग्रेशन में हूँ, आप ही कुछ करो। फोन पे बात करवाया। प्रभु बोले ठीक है, मैं प्रार्थना करता हूँ, आपको विग्रह आएंगे। बोले मेरा कंडीशन है। तो बोला कंडीशन, अब कंडीशन लास्ट में क्या करेंगे? बोला राधा कृष्ण महाप्रभु ने राधा कृष्ण ललिता विशाखा है। ललिता विशाखा हमारे मठ में तो बता नहीं। महाप्रभु ने प्रभु जी को, प्रभु जी कुछ नहीं बोले। बोला ठीक है। महाराज को फोन के मारे बोले whatever he is sending, whatever he wants us to do, we'll do. That is राधा कृष्ण ललिता विशाखा, राधा कृष्ण महाप्रभु ने। मैं प्रभु जी को बोला, प्रभु जी महाराज बोले ललिता विशाखा यस। मैं एक बार प्रभु जी एक बार बोले 2-3 दिन बाद, बोले पता राधा ललिता विशाखा क्यों? बोले हमारे गुरुदेव की इच्छा थी कि राधा कृष्ण के साथ ललिता विशाखा रहे। उन्होंने कहीं स्थापित नहीं किया, क्योंकि उनके गुरुदेव राधा कृष्ण महाप्रभु का स्थापित करते थे, पर उन्होंने खुद अपने हृदय से बोला राधा रानी अकेले ठीक नहीं, उनको अकेले कृष्ण बहुत तंग करते हैं। ये विग्रह कोई साधारण नहीं है, स्वयं भगवान विराजमान है। उनको कृष्ण तंग करते रहते हैं, इसलिए उनके साथ ललिता जी रहेगी तो कृष्ण को डांटती रहेगी, उसको भगवत रहेगी, क्या कर रहे हैं, तंग मत करो। और अब एक साइड से पलटा भारी हो जाएगा तो कृष्ण के लिए थोड़ा विशाखा जी को भी होना सही रहेगा। ये गुरुदेव का मूड था। गुरुदेव है दिस मूड, गुरुदेव के मूड को, गुरुदेव के मनोविष्ट को वो हृदय में धारण करके उसको स्थापित कर रहे हैं। और जहां पर भी शिव हमारे राधे गुरु में राधा कृष्ण ललिता विशाखा, हमारे जहां भी सेंटर प्रभु जी के अनुगत में आ रहे हैं राधा कृष्ण, व्हाई दस गुरुदेव है दैट मूड। जी बोले उस टाइम बोले कंडीशन है फॉलो करो, तो बोला ठीक है हम तो तैयार है, कंडीशन तो हमारे पास ऑप्शन तो कुछ है नहीं। पर बाद में क्यों ऐसा मैं बता रहा हूं वो भी स्पष्ट रूप से बताया, क्योंकि गुरुदेव के मनोविष्णु को उनकी शुद्ध जो फॉलोवर है वही फॉलो कर सकते हैं। साधारण व्यक्ति को बाहर से लगेगा अरे तो सिस्टम चेंज कर रहे हैं, कोई तो बोलेगा वक्त मान दो, नया टाइटल क्या हो रहा है, कोई बोलेगा हम क्या करेंगे व्रत को प्रभु जी क्यों करेंगे। जो गुरुदेव के अंदर की भावना है, जो गुरुदेव ने अंदर से उनको शिक्षा देकर के इंटरनली बताया, सिखाया, समझाया, प्रभु जी के और कुछ किसी चीज की कोई he has no other desire, he has only one desire, I want to satisfy my गुरुदेव। और उनके लिए उन्होंने सब कुछ, चाहे कोई गाली दे, चाहे कोई कुछ करे, बोले मुझे गुरु जी को साथ चलना है, मुझे मेरा लिए गुरुदेव सब कुछ है। तो ऐसे महाभाग वैष्णव के अनुगत में इसलिए बता रहा हूँ कि आज परम कल्याण का दिन है। आप सब लोग जो जानते नहीं हैं, अभी प्रभु जी ने बड़ी कृपा करके इस मठ का संचालन भी अपने इन वैष्णव के हाथ में दिया हुआ है। ये चाहते हैं कि हाँ, इस प्रभु जी चाहते हैं कि बेंगलोर में प्रचार प्रसार और अच्छे से हो। हम लोग नहीं चाहते कि हम बस बैठे रहे। प्रभु जी ने पहले बोला बुक स्टॉल के लिए बुक्स लगा दो, और महाराज yesterday he said show me the area where I have to go, yes I want to try out what is my area of preaching। तो हम लोग कोई दक्षिणा नहीं चाहते हैं, पर घर में प्रोग्राम करो, आधा घंटे का ही रखो। तो मैं ट्राई टू टॉक अबाउट दिस एवरी संडे। महाराज जी आए से बता रहा, इनका मिशन है कि घर घर जाकर के, कोई जरूरत नहीं आपको 10, 15, 20 लोग आए, आपकी फैमिली को भी 10 बुलाओ, 10-15 मिनट आधा घंटा हम आएंगे, कथा कीर्तन करेंगे, चले जाएंगे। कोई दक्षिणा नहीं, कोई प्रसाद नहीं, किसी चीज की आवश्यकता नहीं है। सो दैट वी डेवलप कनेक्ट। आपके घर के बगल में अगर एक भी फैमिली है, उसको बुला करके उससे बात करके 1-to-1 जो अप्रोच होगा प्रीचिंग का। सो ये प्रभु जी की इच्छा है, ये महाराज बाबू की इच्छा है, यही महाप्रभु की इच्छा है, ये गुरुदेव की इच्छा है कि ये शुद्ध भक्ति की विचारधारा सब तक पहुंचे। गुरुदेव बार बार इसी चीज पर बल देते थे कि हम अपने हृदय में सेवा कुंज बनाए, अपने हृदय के भावों को स्थापित करते हुए उनमें उनकी सेवा करें। मैं अधिक समय नहीं लूंगा, मैंने 10 मिनट ले लिया है। इन्हीं वचनों के साथ बोलो श्री भक्तिवेदांत तत्वदेव नारायण गोसाई महाराज की जय, तदीय तिरुभाव महामहोत्सव की जय, अनंत अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की।
नाम सज्जन सेवक था। और जैसे आइडल थे वैसे ही गुरुदेव बचपन का नाम था भोला। इनके दो देह लगते हैं, दो, लेकिन नहीं, ये एक ही है। हम गोस्वामी को जहाँ 1968 में परम गुरुदेव भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज जी की जहाँ समाधि है देवानंद गौरी मठ, वहीं पर वामन गोस्वामी महाराज जी की समाधि। लेकिन गुरुदेव ऐसा तीर्थंकर है, तीर्थी कुलवंती तीर्थारी। उन्होंने जहाँ जगन्नाथ जी प्रकट होते हैं वो चक्र तीर्थ पर ही तीर्थ बना दिया, वहीं पर उन्होंने देह रखा। कोई साधारण स्थान नहीं है। अनेक लोग तीर्थों में जाते हैं खुद को पवित्र करने के लिए, लेकिन गुरुदेव ने तीर्थ को पवित्र किया। ये इसीलिए वो हमें अनेक बार गुरुदेव ब्रज में विध्वत सभा, उसमें खास करके रागानुग रूपानुग अनेक प्रकार का विध्वत समाज ब्रज के रसिक भक्तों के द्वारा विवेचन भी हो चुका, लेकिन सत्य को प्रतिष्ठापित करते गुरुदेव। तो सच्ची में सत्यनारायण थे। गुरुदेव जैसे सज्जन गृहस्थी बहुत दुर्लभ है। कलिकाल को बीत के 5000 साल हो गए कुरुक्षेत्र का युद्ध। ऐसे तो कुछ दिन पहले हम जानते हैं कि भक्ति के भागवत परंपरा में सिद्धांत प्रभुपाद सबके को भ्रमण किए, लेकिन उनका लाइफ सेव करने वाले केशव महाराज थे, जो गुरुदेव के गुरुदेव थे। तो केशव महाराज जैसे लायन गुरु थे वैसे ही गुरुदेव भी लायन गुरु थे। वो कभी भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं किए। उन्होंने हिंदी भाषाओं के लिए क्या नहीं किया, मथुरा में रह के अनेक ग्रंथों का ट्रांसलेशन किया। जब केशव महाराज जी शरीर छोड़े थे उस वक्त इस्कॉन फाउंडेशन के भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी अभय चरण ये सैटेलाइट में विदेश में थे। उन्होंने बोला था सभी जगह केशव महाराज जी का फोटो रखा जाए। गुरुदेव मथुरा में थे और ग्रंथों का लगे रहते थे। मथुरा में रहते उन्होंने रात दिन जागरण करके अनेक ग्रंथों का हिंदी भाषा में कंट्रीब्यूशन किया। लेकिन हिंदी भाषी लोग भी काफी लोग उन्हें समझ नहीं पाए, क्योंकि गुरुदेव एक भागवत पुरुष जैसा ही है, साधारण नहीं है। युगाचार सब नहीं बन सकते। इस प्रकार से भगवान का जन्म कर्म दिव्य है, वैसे ही गुरुदेव का हर चीज दिव्य है। दिव्य चीज को जानने के लिए, अप्राकृत चीज को जानने के लिए अप्राकृत बुद्धि जरूरी है। कलिकाल जो है कलौ दोषे निखेर आए, यहाँ दोषों का सागर है, लेकिन गुरुदेव करुणा के सागर थे। अभी दोनों सागर है, हाँ, तो दोनों सागर है। लेकिन एक करुणा का सागर क्या होता है, वो महाभागवत परंपरा से हाँ, वो आता है। जयती तक्षों की दयानिधि ज्ञान सिंधु सवेरे हम लोग सब कीर्तन करते हैं। धर्म नाम परिचय परंपरा जन। तो जयतीर्थ रमाकांत और अक्षोभ्य तीर्थ इनकी समाधि उधर माथेरान में है। तो उनकी ही परंपरा से आ रही है। जिस प्रकार से जीव गोस्वामी पार टीकाचार्य है हमारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की लाइन में, उसी प्रकार से अनेक आचार्य पहले भी इस द्रविड़ में हुए हैं। जयतीर्थ ये हुए, जयतीर्थ ये भी टीकाचार्य है। ये सब तीर्थंकर जो तीर्थ होते हैं उनको पवित्र करते हैं। हम लोग क्या करते हैं, तीर्थों में जाके अपने को पवित्र करने की चेष्टा करते हैं। तो अंतर है यहाँ। एक्चुअली गुरुदेव का आज विरह महोत्सव है। विरह मतलब क्या, विशिष्ट रूपेण रह। कुछ कारण है उसका, इसलिए वो है काफी। वो आमन वाला भेद नहीं है, कोई भेद नहीं, कोई भेद नहीं, तो सभी एक ही है। जो दया करना होता है उसके एक ही रास्ता होता है, और एक्सक्यूट करना है तो अनेक रास्ते होते हैं। तो गुरुदेव दया में, करुणा में, और विशेष करके इस कली काल में नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज, मोहम्मद गोस्वामी महाराज जैसे ले लिए हैं। मैं अपने वहाँ कुछ करने लगे, और अच्छे अच्छे महाराज आए हैं, इनसे आपका सुनेंगे। हम ये उत्तरायण महायुग महाराज, ये है मेरे हैं महाराज। इन्होंने मेरे को बहुत सेवा करके मेरा लाइफ बचाया है। तो मैं उन लोगों पर पांचा
Brandasya Anandana Salaka Chakshurutandana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Guruve Gaurachandaya Radhikaya Pradalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vandayam Shri Guru Vanam Shri Rupa Nuga Prabhavam Rajarasa Kunchaya Tam Pradhanam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramam Prastaya Bhutale Rutanuga Bhakti-damcha Kripamati Narayana Vanchakalpatruyuscha Kripa-sindhu-devacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Bhakta-vrinda Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev Ki Jai Shri Bhaktivedanta Vama Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Before speaking, I would like to first offer my satsang Dandava pranams at the lotus feet of my beloved Srila Gurudev. Nichilo Vishnu Vishnu Prabhupada Sachimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and likewise to our Sixth Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vama Goswami Maharaj. So, I'm very happy to be here because We're amongst devotees and we can remember and glorify Gurudev and Srila Maharaj and their life, and also the reason why they came into this world. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he told that the first rule, the first duty of Vaishnavism is Jiva Doya. Now Srila Bhaktivedanta, Bhakti-Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj, his picture is there. He was standing in his room in Sevakunj. Have we all been to Sevakunj, Vrindavan? Has everyone been to Vrindavan? Put your hands up if you've been to Vrindavan. That's everybody. Hare Krishna. I'm very happy to see everybody's hand go up. So Maharaj, he has a window which directly faces over Sevakunj. And we all know in Sevakunj, Radha and Krishna have very beautiful intimate pastimes. And at that time, there were some devotees in his room with him. They were from Italy. And one of the ladies from Italy, Vilasini, she was telling me this story. Srila Bhakti-Vaibhav Puri Maharaj was looking over Sevakunj. And he turned around to these devotees from Italy. And he said, I know everything that's going on there. I see everything. But I cannot tell. Because if I tell, Radharani will cut my tongue. Because she has saved that katar for your Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Swami Maharaj, and only him. So how fortunate it is that we've come into the association of Srila Gurudev. And if we didn't meet directly Srila Gurudev, we've come into the association of his parakas, his disciples, who are carrying on this mission. We hear from the Vaishnavas that nobody else, just like Srila Vaibhav Puri Maharaj was saying, nobody else is speaking like Srila Gurudev spoke. And how he is still speaking through the mouths of the Vaishnavas, through his books, through his guitar, which is available at any time online. Nobody was speaking like this before, and now his disciples are carrying on that. When I first came to Krishna consciousness, before I took shelter of Srila Gurudev, I was wandering around, and I met some disciples of Srila Prabhupada who were following Srila Gurudev, and they said, Srila Swami Maharaj, he was like the Sambandha Acharya. He established everybody's relationship with Krishna. After that, those Vaishnavas, they went to Srila Bhakti-Rak Sridhar Maharaj. And they called him the Avirbhāva Acharya, because he showed the process. He was always chanting, Nitaya, Nitaya, Nitaya. But when they came to Gurudev, they could understand, here is the Prayojan Acharya. He is giving the goal. He is giving Sambandha, because within Prayojan is everything else. Sambandha and Avideya is always there. So this is our Gurudev. Now, without Gurudev, how can we learn to love? Love is a natural propensity of the heart. Every living entity wants to give love and wants to feel love. But it is our fortunate condition that our love is being spread around the world. We are loving pop stars, we are loving football stars, we are loving our husbands, our wife, our children. But how much love is going to God? So our love is being spread everywhere. But Gurudev would tell us, this is why we're not happy. Because Krishna is the supreme autocrat. He wants all that love for himself. Does that mean we can't love others? No. Because the Vaishnavas, they tell, we should love all, but we should have attachment only for Srila Gurudev. Because Gurudev is our true helper. He is Bhakta Bandhava. Gurudev is the one that is holding our hand and taking us to Krishna. Our husband, our wife, our children, our football stars, our movie stars, they cannot do this. Only Srila Gurudev can do this. So Gurudev is teaching us love. Gurudev is teaching us surrender. And Gurudev is teaching us the process. And what is the process in Kali Yuga? Harinam, Harinam, Harinam Kevalam, Kalanasti, Evanasti, Evanasti Gatya, Anyataha. So what does Hari mean? This means Radha. This is Radha's name. Before Gurudev was preaching around the world, everyone was chanting Hare Krishna. If you go to Mathura, everyone was chanting Jai Shri Krishna. Only Jai Shri. If you chanted Radhe Radhe in Mathura before Gurudev was there, Hare Krishna. But when we do book distribution, sometimes, in Vrindavan, outside Istanbul, and people will come to me and go, Jai Shri Krishna. I go, no. You're in Vrindavan now. Only Radhe Radhe. And who promoted this? That was Gurudev. Under the orders of his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Swami Maharaj. Because he said, if you can change the heart of all the Mathura Vasis, that will spread out all over the world. And you see, who were Gurudev's first Western disciples? They came to Mathura. He taught them there. He taught them about Radhanam. Radhanam Sukadeva. This is the supreme. And in Kali Yuga, Radha's Nam is supreme. Srila Prabhupada, he knows everything. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he knows everything. He is Saki, he is Manjari, he is Gopi. But at the time when he was preaching to people who were only just finishing eating meat, only just finishing having illicit sex, only just having drugs, only just calories. All these things. So he preached to people who were new. Not just in the West, but even in India. He preached to these people. And still he's preaching to those people. To beginners, new people. But then what to do with those people once they become less catchy? They're not so raw anymore. They're becoming more ripe. They're looking for other things. That's when Gurudev came. We see many Srila Prabhupada disciples. They were living in California, many other places around the world. But there's one place in California, and it is called Baja. The town is called Baja, but Gurudev called it New Braj, because it is like a new version of Vrindavan. There is somebody here from that place. So when Gurudev came there in 1996, it was one of his first stops on his world tour. His first world tour. And many of the people there in that town, they were disciples of Srila Prabhupada. They were feeling so much loss. They hadn't seen Srila Prabhupada for 20 years. They were remembering him, so they were seeing him in their hearts, but they were not seeing him physically. They could not hear pure Harikatha from the lotus lips of a Shuddha Mahabhagavat Vaishnava. And they were crying and crying. They were becoming weak and they were crying. And Gurudev was sitting in his room in Mathura doing his bhajan, and he heard the cries of those devotees. So he said, I must now go to the West, because the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Swami Maharaj, are crying and they are calling me. So he went there, he went to Raja, and he said, this place is like Vrindavan, because so many devotees are there, and there's peacocks there, and there's beautiful trees, beautiful gardens, and a beautiful temple, so I will call this New Braj. And I was not there, I came later to Krishna consciousness, but I spoke with many of the Srila Prabhupada disciples that were there. And they said, because they've heard different things about Srila Gurudev, some criticisms there. Oh, he's different from Srila Prabhupada. But when Srila Gurudev came and they heard Harikatha from him, they all thought Srila Prabhupada has come in the form of Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Swami Maharaj. And again they became alive. Because the soul is always alive, but it's covered. It's covered by Maya, covered by Nartas, covered by Aparad, which makes us disinterested. This is our pulse we can take. We can see how much interest in doing bhakti have I. How much interest in bhajan, in harinam, in coming to the temple, in serving the Vaishnavas, in hearing Harikatha, in reading the books, in doing service. How much seva vritti have I? If we don't have it, if I don't have any, that means aparad is there. Vaishnava aparad, Guru aparad, Nam aparad, Seva aparad, Dhamma aparad. All these things are accumulating in us. Right? But what is the atonement for this? Kalani, what is the atonement for this? These aparad. We cry. We beg for the Vaishnavas for their mercy. And we chant Hare Krishna, the only atonement. We chant in a mood of humility, in a mood, Gurudev would say, our Siddha Panali is what? Trinadapi Sanichana, Tarorapi Sahishnana, Amanana Mananana, Kirtanaya Sadahari. I was never in ISKCON, but I went to their programs a few times at the beginning, and they chant this every morning. They chant the whole Shishi Shastakam after Mangalarti, I think, yeah. But very beautiful, right? Srila Prabhupada taught everybody such a beautiful process. And part of that is to understand Mahaprabhu's mood. And Mahaprabhu gave that mood in Shishi Shastakam. And Gurudev is preaching that mood all over the world. And what is that mood? The mood of Rupa Goswami. The mood of Mahaprabhu, which Rupa Goswami penned. Unnata Dvala Swabhakti Shriya. The mood of being a Radha Dasi. Before Srila Gurudev, nobody heard Radha Dasi. Nobody was preaching it. Even today, I hear from the Vaishnavas recently, even today, only our Sangha is preaching Radha Dasi. You can go to other Gaudiyanas. And this is not a criticism. You can go to other organizations. Still, it's not a criticism. But Gurudev is the one who's preaching Radha Dasi. The highest thing. It is not that the acharyas of those other organizations are not qualified. Of course they're qualified. But they're not preaching this. Only Gurudev is preaching this. How fortunate are we to come under the shelter of Srila Gurudev? Because Gurudev is giving the highest thing. The highest thing. And he's giving it to the most unqualified, in my case. The most unqualified, the most full. Of course, Srila Prabhupada said, you're not the most of anything. But this is our, in my case, real. Very unqualified. He's giving it still to babies. Why? I don't know. But this is our good fortune. This is our mercy. Srila Govinda Goswami, he told in Kali Yuga, sadhana siddhas, many people are sadhana siddhas, but very few. Very few are sadhana siddhas. The vast majority, 99.9% of all sadhaks who obtain the goal is kripa siddha. Kripa. And how to get that kripa? Like Mother Yashoda when she tied right? Krishna, she put some endeavor in there. But really, without the Kripa, without that mercy, she couldn't get. Right? So how do we bind Krishna in our heart? How do we bind Gurudev in our hearts? Right? We have to do some endeavor, sure. Because without that endeavor, all we will do is Maya and apparatus. So yeah, we have to do something. But we have to beg. We have to pray for that mercy. And that's what the Vaishnavas told us. He said, your problem is you do not pray. We don't pray. Like Srila Prabhupada said, Maya is like this. We are holding onto the tree and saying the tree has got me. The tree has got me. But actually, we are holding on to Maya. We are holding on to the lotus feet of Maya Devi. Right? We're always, Gurudev taught the process. We have to have the desire to let go. And then we have to pray for that mercy. And how can that desire come? Only by associating with those that are on that platform. Those that have that greed. Those that are following 100% that process. That's the Vaishnavas. The true sadhaks. The Tirobhāva. And how do we associate? We know. We hear that. We go and directly associate with them. If they're not coming here, we go there. We have to have that greed to go there. Sorry. Sorry.
Hari Ananta, Hari Ananta.
I was just remembering that I'm a beginner in Krishna consciousness, but in Vrindavan we have a temple called Radhe Kunj. Everybody please come to Radhe Kunj. And usually when we have Gurudev's festival, I will finish now, Gurudev's festival, then we would usually speak for 3 days, because first the Vaishnavas would speak, and then he would get the Vaishnavas, like the sadhus and the sannyasis and the senior devotees to speak. And then on the 3rd day, there'd be the rest of us. And I was on the 3rd day, the last. And the Vaishnavas sat down and they said, my name is Prangavinda and I was Mahayogi Maharaj. And he said, Prangavinda speak. It was the beginning of their class, Prangavinda speak. I closed my eyes and I spoke. After 1 hour, I opened my eyes and I saw the clock had gone 1 hour. Nobody was going, Prabhuji was just sitting there, no devotee was sitting there. And I looked and I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I spoke for 1 hour. I'll just finish now. And I spoke another 20 minutes. And then I said, go for it. Please forgive me. Like Prabhuji was saying, Harikatha is an answer. So it is nice if we can have more time. Prabhuji has sent Prabhu, Maharaj, and the other devotees here for some time. So please, everybody, if you get a chance, we can speak sometimes night times, mornings or Sunday programs. And if you want everyone to come together in your house, 1 hour program, about half an hour kirtan, half an hour guitar. No need for prasad, no need dakshin, nothing. Only let us come together and we all do seva together, we all sing together, we all speak together, because this is the process. Shravana, Kirtana, and then we can do some smarana and Gurudev and Vaishnavas and Krishna. And then what will happen automatically, we will come happy. Yeah? So, Mancha Kalpachivischa, Krishna, Chapatsana,
It's okay.
Govinda Damodar Madhavete, Govinda Damodar Madhavete, Govinda Damodar Madhavete, Govinda Damodar Madhavete.
Now I want to give mic to one very exalted actually devotee from Georgia. Found when Parashuram 22 times killing and all hiding in Kafka's mountain. There are people like Kshatriya over there. Chechnya, maybe you know about Chechnya, Georgia. These people very strong. But there also now so many devotees by mercy of Gurudev, by mercy of Srila Prabhupada's disciples preaching. This Prabhu, Govinda Vallabha Prabhu, he's actually very good distributing books. Also, he likes so much shlokas, learning shlokas. Even when he distributing book, everybody is surprised. Like, some people don't know so many shlokas, but he always learning. What is a shlok? Shlok is actually persons, small person. This is sadhus actually. This is sadhus words. There's Shakti present. When meditating, when we purifying himself also, our meditation, our mind becomes steady. I will put him very steady. That's why I want to give, he will be speaking.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vande Guru Pada Dvandam Bhakta Vrinda Samanvitam Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Vande Nityananda Sahoditam Shri Nandanandana Vande Radhika Charanadvaya Gopijana Samayuktam Vrindavan Manoharam Vancha Kalpatarupyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shrilam Bhaktivedanta Bhavana Goswami Maharaj said that appearance days of Vaishnavas and disappearance day of Vaishnavas, the most fallen souls can get auspiciousness. And what is this auspiciousness? Kalir Kalir Valinam Kriya Vaye Varga Shri Bhakti Margam Khakanta Kakoti Rudha Hahavayam Vikarami Maham Karomi Chaitanya Chandram Yadi Nadyam Kripam Karoshi. In this age of Kali, we have so many disturbances, and our senses is uncontrolled, and our mind is uncontrolled. You see, if in front of us there is one throne, and we put our leg on this throne, then for us it will be impossible to move in front. Same way, in this path of Bhakti, there is unlimited thrones. This means obstacles. There is one obstacle, then we stop to continue Bhakti. And also, our senses, mind is uncontrolled. We don't have power to concentrate, Harinam, Seva. We don't have power to meditate, pastime of Lord Krishna. And for us, in this condition, there is no another way, but there is actually one way. And here I explain what is this way. This way is remembrance of Vaishnavas, especially on their appearance and disappearance day. It is said, Hari Guru Vaishnava Dinera Smarana, Irena Smarana Haya Vikna Vinashana. If we remember Vaishnavas, their appearance and disappearance day, then all obstacles in our path of bhakti will be removed. Because without this remembrance, how this Shuddha Bhakti, pure devotional service, will appear in our heart. Because we have so many anarthas. And these personalities like Srila Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and our Guru Varga, they are not person from this world. They come in from spiritual world to give us something valuable. And what is this valuable treasure? Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga Dhana, Bhakti Yoga Krishna Namasmarana Grandana. This means actual treasure, actual wealth, actual asset in life. This is Bhakti Yoga, devotional service of Lord Krishna. And what is this Bhakti Yoga? Krishna Nam and Krishna Smarana. And lastly say Smarana Grandana. Grandana means crying for Krishna. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj always says, we need to cry for Krishna, there is no other way. We cry for different people in our life. But we don't cry for Krishna. We don't have this kind of mood in our heart. And actually, Bhakti Yoga means to cultivate two things. In Shuddha Bhakti, we need to cultivate two things. One is Cheshta, this means activities, and another is power. And this power coming from associate of Mahaprabhu, associate of Shri Radha Krishna. Nitya Sitha Krishna Prema Satya Kapanoy Shravana Dishutta Chitta Karaya Udoy. Kriti Satya Bhavet Satya Bhavasa Satanapita Nitya Sitasya Bhavasya Prakatam Kriti Satyata. What is meaning of this verse? Nitya Sitasya Bhavasya. Nitya Sitha Sadhu can transfer this Shuddha Sattva heart of his devotees and his disciples. And this kind of status is in our life. Like Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami Maharaj. They only want auspiciousness for us. There is so many status here and there. Prahlad Maharaj also describes. This is also speciality of Gaudiya status. Prayena deva munayo svavimukti kamam maunam charanti vijanena paramartha nishtam naitan vihara kripanani muksha ego nanyam tadasya sharanam kramatovan pashyam. Prahlad Maharaj said, there is in this earth, there is so many kind of sadhu, yogis, gyanis, karma yogis, but they going here and there, especially yogis going in Himalayas, and they engage austerities, tapasya, for their spiritual well-beings, for mukti. But our bhaktas in Gaudiya line, they are not like this kind of sadhus. They going here and there, like Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, to lift us and lift all conditional souls that engage in bhakti. And if someone engage bhakti, automatically mukti is there. Sarvo bhakti vinirmukta tatpara nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti uchyate. When someone is completely liberated person, then he can engage pure devotional service. There is no upati, no any designation. And all this realization, everything coming from those pure sadhus. We know this because they transfer from their books. There is two kinds of seva. One is bhakti and one is seva. When we engage in learning scriptures, then automatically they are destined on us. And because in this auspicious day we need to remember and pray that may we slow engage pure devotional service, and our bhakti day by day increase. And not only one day, we need to remember every minute, but for us it's not possible because our mind is so contaminated. Prahlad Maharaj also said this, Matirna Krishne Parata Swatova Mitho Vipate Vihavradanam Adanta Gopi Vishatam Tamishram Punascha. We're going same path of material sense enjoyment. Not possible to be changed by our endeavor or someone advise us or like this discussing about spiritual subjects. Still, because we are completely materialistic person, still our mind, Parata Satova, don't go in lotus feet of Krishna. And this is our misfortune. But by remembrance of this kind of sadhana, slow we engage our mind. Lotus feet of Krishna and Krishna Seva, Krishna Bhakti. And Maharaj also speaking about speciality of our Guru, the Bhaktavantav, Sri Narayana Goswami Maharaj, about Ratadasyam. Yes, this is special because he is Yugacharya. Yugacharya means in this age he gives us pure teachings, how to engage Krishna Bhakti. In Krishna Bhakti and Ratadasya. Gurudev said, we don't want Krishna, we want Krishna Prem. And this Krishna Prem under shelter of Ratadasya. And we pray all these great personalities may give us a mercy that we continue with this path and progress in our way. Hare Krishna.
Vandeham Shri Guruvaram Shri Guru Guruvaram Gujarat Satam Narayan Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ram Tishtaya Kripam Mati Narayan Sevakum Jay Taje Lage O Varlam Dev Sadarada Munde Rasam Bhajatas Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Shyam Sundar Shikand Shikara Smara Hasam Murali Manohara Radhika Rasika Mahadevanate Swapriya Charana Kinkari. Gurudev always came when you pray to Krishna, when you chant Harinam, you ask all these things from Krishna. That's why. Now you see this young boys, actually this is now young, but one time Shripat Premananda Prabhuji, he told this all young boys, actually you don't think this is young. Actually this previous life, definitely he did bhakti. That's why this age, how old are you? 27 only. He already, how many years already practicing? No, 6. ISKCON, from ISKCON. 7 years. 7 years he already practicing. More than 7 years. 7 years only Radha Kunji. He is very humble. Actually, he practices a long time already. That's why actually I want to give my speech place to him. Because these young people have special shakti, special gifts actually. Also, from previous life, he has special samskar. When we hearing like this, like looks like young, but actually have so much previous samskars, we also getting some, shakti. That's why one time, Srila Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj, when he arrived to London. The first time he came to London, then one reporter lady asked him, "Oh, Maharaji, oh Swamiji, why you came to England? Why you came this United Kingdom? Why you came here?" Then Srila Prabhupada told him, "British people came to India, taking everything from India, but forget one thing. I came to give these things to you." That's why actually when Gurudev also came one time to
America. I don't remember which country, but this best Western country, he came. He also told one time, actually, I'm not came from pure India. I just India, not pure country. Because like Western people thinking it's like India. This time, now, okay, now, of course, India is so now economically very global, actually, very now. But this time, like people thinking like third country, like then Gurudev telling, not think I came from pure India. I'm not came like very low India. No, I came very, very. This country had wealth, another place not available this wealth. I came to give this wealth for you. This wealth making you happy. Especially Prabhupada also, Bhaktivedanta Swami also always saying, joking always, I'm making hippie people happy, always. That's right. I don't want to take so much time because I give my time to this Glorification. I want to share devotees. We're very fortunate. Maharaj telling me, fortunate to be here. Why? Because mostly all incarnation of God appear in Uttar Bharat. उत्तर भारत में प्रकट हो गए सब श्री मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम राम जी और लीला पुरुषोत्तम कृष्णा सब उत्तर भारत में प्रकट हो गए लेकिन ये दक्षिण भारत में सब हमारा आचार्य इधर प्रकट हो गए गोपाल भक्त गोस्वामी प्रबंध रूप गोस्वामी सनातन गोस्वामी का भी उनका ग्रांड फादर पिताजी इधर प्रकट हो गया बाद में शिफ्ट किया बेलगांव में आपका बहुत भाग्य आप इधर हो साधारण स्थान नहीं है और क्यों साधारण स्थान नहीं है ये जगह में गुरुजी आया एक बार गुरुजी बोला मैं क्यों वेस्टर्न कंट्री में आया प्रचार के लिए आया लेकिन सबसे पहले मैं आया श्रील भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज के पदधूलि के स्पर्श करने के लिए क्योंकि कहाँ शुद्ध भक्त का चरण धूलि इधर स्पर्श करेंगे चरण स्पर्श करेंगे उस स्थान वृंदावन हो जाएगा ब्रजवासी सब जगह ब्रज बनेंगे वो अभी न्यूयॉर्क नहीं है वो वृंदावन उसके लिए वो राज्य में कैलिफोर्निया में किया न्यू ब्रज और दूसरे जगह में सब जगह और लंदन राधा कृष्ण लंदन ईश्वर राधा कृष्ण इधर आ गए केवल इतना पावर है शुद्ध भक्त का इतना पावर है वो केवल राधा कृष्ण जीव का लेना राधा कृष्ण के चरण में लगा सकते हैं लेकिन उससे बढ़िया उनकी शक्ति है राधा कृष्ण के इतना संबंध है राधा कृष्ण से राधा कृष्ण को बोलेगा कि अजो एक जीव का हृदय में प्रवेश करो ऐसी शक्ति है उसके लिए गुरुजी एक होता है दुनिया में सन्यासी का लेवल है एक लेवल होता है परमहंस हंस होते हैं हंस क्या हंस अगर दूध पानी मिलेंगे हंस क्या उनकी क्वालिटी दूध पिएगा पानी छोड़ जाएगा लेकिन एक होता है उससे बड़ा परमहंस पानी का भी दूध बन सकते हैं ये एक क्वालिटी है गुरुजी का एक क्वालिटी भावना गोस्वामी महाराज का उसके लिए कहाँ कौन से जगह गया ब्रजवासी सब ब्रज बनेंगे सबके हृदय में क्या देंगे गोपी भाव देंगे उसके लिए गोपी भाव देना चाहते हैं और राधा दास से देना चाहते हैं उन्हें सोचेगा ये राम भक्त है दूसरा भक्त है सबके हृदय में एक उत्तम अधिकारी की क्वालिटी उत्तम अधिकारी उसके लिए प्रचार नहीं करेगा प्रचार करने के लिए मध्यम अधिकारी लेवल में आ जाएंगे उसके बाद प्रचार करें उत्तम अधिकारी ये स्पेशल ब्रज का उत्तम अधिकारी ब्रजवासी उत्तम अधिकारी क्या करेगा सबका राजदासी बनेगा ये गुरु जी का एक वैशिष्ट्य है आपके बहुत भाग्य आप मुझे ये आशीर्वाद दीजिए श्रीमद प्रेमानंद प्रभु जी सबको संन्यास दिया सब विदेश से लेकिन बहुत दयालु है वैष्णव बहुत दयालु है करुणा सिंधु है उसके लिए अनक्वालिफाइड आदमी के लिए भी दे सकते हैं बहुत बड़ी चीज। चैतन्य महाप्रभु क्यों नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदाय कृष्ण कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौर कृष्ण क्यों नमो महावदन्याय क्योंकि सबसे उच्चिष्ट चीज सबसे लो आदमी के देना उनकी शक्ति है। इसलिए हमारा सन्यास अभी पक्का हो गया नहीं, मैं स्कूल में एडमिट किया। महाराज बहुत बड़ा टाइटल है। महाराज कौन? महाराज होता है वो राज्य कौन? राज्य दूसरे बहुत देश का कॉन्कर कर सकते हैं, वो महाराज बनेगा, वो बहुत महाराज बनेगा। गुरुजी बोला स्पिरिचुअल महाराज क्या है? वो हृदय का सब जीव का हृदय का कॉन्कर करेगा, इधर भक्ति बनेगा, सब वृंदावन बनेगा। उसके लिए उनका कहते महाराज देगा, उसके लिए महाराज। लेकिन हमारा अभी इतना शक्ति नहीं है, लेकिन अगर मैं वो गुरु जी का ऑर्डर पालन करेंगे ऐसे एक दिन ऐसे हो जाएगा। आप भी सब मुझे आशीर्वाद दीजिए क्योंकि आपके बहुत संस्कार, आप क्यों ने भारत में जन्म लिया? क्योंकि आप पिछले जन्म में बहुत तपस्या किया और बहुत दान हरि कथा सुना, तुलसी का अर्चन किया और साधु सेवा किया, उसके कारण आपको ये जन्म मिला भारत में। You know, special. Also, I'm hearing so many people from Jaipur here also, yes, from Rajasthan also, yes. It's also Rajasthan also very no ordinary place. It's like Gupta Vrindavan. All Thakurji presented. Radha Govinda ji, Radha Gopinath ji, Madan Mohan, Damodar, all go there actually. That's why please also bless us. We also able to continue our bhakti, our sadhana, our guru nishtha. Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhesha, Viva Sadhudeva, Nami Pavandu, Vishnu Nandamani.
Shrivanagapravaram Rajrasarasikham Janarayanam Prabhana Shri Charanam Vande Ramana Krishna Bhutale Rupanaga Bhaktivam Chakripam Narayana Tavayvasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vigyani radhitam tam naimam charanantike Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kasamabhyavacha Patidanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Shri Bhaktivinoda Narayana Swami Maharaj Bhakta Bandhu Shri Gurudev Ki Jai Shri Bhaktivinoda Vamana Ki Jai Avirbhāva Mahamahotsav Ki Jai Anandakoti Vaishnava Ki Jai. So I'm very unqualified to speak, but somehow I feel I must speak. So thank you for this opportunity. On this day, I feel one of the most important things is gratitude. To think about really what has Gurudev done for us in our life. And I'm thinking for me, I did not come to search for Guru. I did not, but rather Guru came to my door. And he came to many of our doors. This is the love and affection of Guru Maharaj by force, like Raghunath Das Goswami is giving this verse, this Prabhu will know the verse, Sanatana Goswami pulling the Sika, pulling him by force, and having him drink really this Brajaras. This is Brajaras. When we're tasting this Brajaras, then it's easy to renounce this world. If we don't have a higher taste, then how can we renounce this world? So Gurudev came to all of our homes in the West in America, and he very kindly accepted us as his children. I was a child when I met him, and we are all his children. And to see now that my brothers are becoming sannyasi now, I see that he is from the beginning watching us so patiently grow. And now we see the fruit of him, and I see him smiling on them. And I see in my own life, as Mahayogi Maharaj explained, Gurudev is the Prayojanacharya. He is showing the goal, but he is not just speaking the goal, practically, he's giving this experience of what is Braja Bhakti in his own practical experience. How did we feel this? When he came to see us in our homes, he treated us like family. The Brijvasis, there's no mood of opulence or reverence, but rather a mood of love. And Mother Yashoda and all the gopis see Krishna as their son. They don't say, oh, that's his son, that's her son. No. Braj Bhakti means everyone is one family. Krishna is everyone's beloved. Krishna is everyone's friend. Krishna is everyone's son. So Gurudev, in practical example, lived this, and we experienced that. From the very small 5-year-old child he spent so much time with, to the sannyasi. No one was seen as superior or inferior, but rather a whole family. And in my own life, Gurudev told me, I was 14, he said, come here, what is pure bhakti? And I spoke in some English, I just said, pure bhakti is devotional service, unconditional. He said, no. Anya vilashita shunyam, jnana karma dhyanadhitam, anukulena krishnanu shilanam bhakti rutama. So even as a young girl, he said, you should learn all these things. He wanted all of us, Gurudev wanted everyone to know what is pure bhakti, what is the love of the Brijvasis. And also he changed all of our lives. When Krishna played the flute, the gopis left their homes, their makeup, one eye had kajal, their top cloth was in the bottom cloth was in the top, their hair was completely disheveled. So this was also our position. When Gurudev started speaking Harikatha, everyone left their families, left their home, and traveled the world around with him. This is the flute song for us. The flute song for us is the words of the pure devotees, the Harikatha. So we ran, not that we had qualification, but he gave the Shakti to us, this experience of what it's like. So it's just amazing to see, and he's continuing to do that. So even if you have not met Shiva Gurudev, his Harikatha is so potent. So many people I have experienced, they write to me. Just now they're starting to read Gurudev's books and their whole life is changing. Gurudev is the Shiksha Guru of the entire world. He is Jagat Guru, just like Srila Swami Prabhupada. So anyone who comes in contact with his devotees or his Harikatha, their entire life is changed. And only without his mercy we cannot understand what is Braja Bhakti, what is Radha Dasya, all of these things. And Gurudev actually said, someone asked him, what do you want? Why are you coming to the West? What do you want? He says, I don't want anything, I'm just here to give. And this lady said, no, you must want something. Something you want. He says, okay, I want the heart. And then the lady said, Gurudev, that is everything. He says, yes, I know. So I can say that Gurudev, without us understanding or realizing anything, he took our heart, he took our life, he changed it, he cleaned it by force. He is giving us the goal. This is really the mercy of a Brijvasi, a Manjari Radharani. And he's hand-picking every single one to offer to the lotus feet of his Swamini. And so when I see these Maharajas, I'm very taken aback and really seeing Gurudev smiling. He's picking all of them and they're blossoming so beautifully, and he's stringing them on a garland to offer to Srimati Radhika. This is really our fortune, that all we have to do is stay in his home. Like a father will always give his inheritance to his children. It might not be right away. Gurudev has so much wealth to give us, and so we just must stay at his lotus feet very tightly like a simple child. And he will give everything. And he has given us this family. He created this family. And all the Vaishnavas, Premananda Prabhu and all the Vaishnavas are creating this family so we can be strong and protected. We're so fortunate. And a few more things I'm remembering. Gurudev said that when he leaves, how can we repay him? Really, how can we repay him? The only way is by crying. He says every day we must give 2 tears. So at least today, my heart is very hard that we should all try to offer 2 tears to Gurudev's feet. He also said that when he leaves, physically, there will be no obstruction to how we can meet now, Gurudev said. Now there's no obstruction. When he leaves from Prakat, and he's now in Aprakat, there's no restriction. So this is a chance in separation we must come closer to Gurudev. And from my own experience, I was very young and foolish. I did not understand Gurudev's glory. And then when he left, I started to understand what I didn't understand. And that is only by the mercy of the Vaishnavas. But through separation, even Krishna leaves the Ras Leela for the gopis to understand the glory of Srimati Radhika. And Krishna left Vrindavan to have the young new sadhaks of the gopis learn the glories of Radharani and the gopis. So through separation for the sadhak, it is very necessary. This is part of Gurudev's lesson that he's still teaching us to do. It's very fortunate to be here in Bangalore. I came here 10 years ago, before this temple was here. And now seeing this temple, this is a manifestation of Gurudev's desire. He wanted a temple, Param Gurudev wanted a temple in South India, in Bangalore. So you're also fortunate that this is part of Gurudev's home and his family. And thank you all for welcoming me here. One thing Gurudev was so expert at that is not common is his affection very outwardly to his daughters, his lady disciples, and the children. And I was so happy to see this young girl, I don't know her name. What is your name? Jagriti. Very nice. Gurudev would have all of us sing and do drama plays, and he wanted all his daughters to learn very expertly, to learn kartal, mridanga, harmonium, everything very nicely. Gurudev was so encouraging to us, and so without that love and affection like a father, I wouldn't be here. So thank you all so much. Please forgive me for any mistake.
ठीक है महाराज. So बहुत भक्तों का कथा glorification अभी बाकी है, but time is already 2:45. Devotees are coming from our places. So tomorrow we will continue. कल संडे है, सबको छुट्टी है, तो सबसे प्रार्थना है, अनुरोध है, इन्विटेशन है, आप सब लोग कल आइए. कल हम थोड़ा जल्दी शुरू करेंगे और we'll start the glorification. We'll start bhajans by 11. By 12 we'll finish the bhajans and by 12 we'll start glorification till 2 o'clock. तो जो लोग आज नहीं आ पाए, नहीं बोल पाए, कृपया करके कल भी आइए. कल भी महाप्रसाद है. इसी प्रकार से कार्यक्रम रहेगा.